Have you ever watched the news and heard politicians talk about national interest or strategic location and wondered what they actually mean? Why do countries care so much about what happens beyond their own borders? And the answer is geopolitics. Once we understand it, the world makes more sense. Let's learn together and form our own opinions about what's really going on in the world. So, what is geopolitics? It's actually quite simple. Geopolitics is the study of how countries' location influences the decision that country makes. Think about it. Countries don't choose where they're located. Some have access to oceans, others surrounded by mountains, some have oil, some fertile farmland, or important rivers. All of this affects trade, security, wealth, and sometimes even war. Imagine two identical houses. One is next to a beautiful lake, and the other one sits in the middle of the desert. The houses are exactly the same, but most people would pay much more for the one by the lake, right? Why? Because location matters. Now, countries work the same way. Where the country is located often influences how rich, secure, or connected it can be. Now, let's look at the real example, the United States. Imagine if the US had no oceans around it. That means every product that America buys or sells internationally would have to pass through another country first. However, US sits between two huge oceans. That makes it easy to trade with Europe on one side and Asia on the other. And those oceans also act like natural shields, helping protect the country from major invasion throughout its history. To be clear, geography did not automatically make America successful, but it did give the US a very strong starting point. Now let's look at Russia. Russia is the largest country on earth, but size doesn't solve every problem, right? Look at the map. Much of Russia's northern coastline faces the Arctic Ocean, where many ports freeze during the winter. If ships can't move easily, trade becomes more difficult and access to world's oceans is limited. That's why countries value warm water ports, ports that stay open all year. For centuries, access to these ports has been an important strategic goal for Russia. This is geopolitics in action. The map doesn't make decisions, but it does influence the choices countries make. So, what have we learned today? Geopolitics isn't just about wars or politics. It's about understanding how the world works, how geography shapes each country's opportunities, challenges, and choices. So the next time you hear about the trade, borders, alliances, or conflict, start by looking at the map. You might be surprised by how much it explains. Thank you for watching. I'm Victoria Rossi. Until next time, stay curious because curiosity matters.